Hello, good morning, my dear students. This is Surya, chemistry teacher. Welcome to channel chemistry wala Anand sir. So, my dear students, let us understand chapter number 2 is matter around us pure. This is a chemistry class of 9. Welcome in my video. This is chapter number 2 matter around us pure. Today we are going to discuss the suspension. What do you mean by the suspension? So, some substances like that, some substances do not dissolve. They are not going to dissolve in liquid. However, small particles of such substances remain suspended in the liquid. So, for example, you can take the mud, you can take the sand, chalk. Particles are remain suspended in water, and these solid particles may remain suspended even in a gas, not a other. And these mixtures are called suspension. So, these are the things. So, for example, you can take the muddy water, sand water, mixtures, paints, etc. are suspension. So, these are the things about the suspension. If you have any question or any query, then you will ask with me. Next topic is the properties of suspension. What are the characteristics? What are the properties of a suspension? Let us understand. Point number first, a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Is it clear? Second is the particles in a suspension are large enough to be visible either to the unaided eye or under an ordinary microscope. Point number third, the particles in a suspension are too large to remain in suspension for a long period. And further, the intermolecular forces between the particles are not so strong as to keep them suspended. So, if a suspension is allowed to stand, the suspended particles may settle down at the bottom. So, let us understand the 3 points again. I am going to teach you the properties of suspension. So, the suspension means, what do you mean by the suspension? Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. So, point number 1. Point number 2, the particles in a suspension are too much large, enough to be visible either to the unaided eye or under an ordinary microscope. Point number 3, the particles in a suspension are too large to remain in suspension for a long period. Further, the intermolecular forces between the particles are not so strong as to keep them suspended. So, if a suspension is allowed to stand, the suspended particles may settle down at the bottom. Fourth point is the most important point. The particles in a suspension can be separated from the liquid by filtration method. And point number 5, in a suspension, the size or diameter of the particles is of the order of 10 to the 5 centimeter or larger. So these are the things we read today is matter around us pure chapter number 2 chemistry class 9 suspension. We read about the suspension, for example of suspension and direct example of suspension. Properties of suspension. There are 5 points I have mentioned here. So don't skip the video, go throughout all video, and thank you for watching my video. This is Surya Anand, chemistry teacher. Welcome to channel chemistry wala Anand sir. Give more views, like, share, subscribe my channel, and also share to the more and more students. Thank you all of you. Take care.